Hey Corona, I'm Pablo de Leon.
And I'm Brandon Lamb.
And this is
CDSPN.
First, some announcements. Hey Aztecs, April is Valley Bike Month and a great opportunity to keep our skies blue. If you ride a bike, walk, carpool, skateboard, or ride a city bus to school, get your name into Mr. Nero in the athletics office for the Valley Bike Month raffle to be held soon. Get great prizes and do your part, Corona.
Last spring, Corona students had their bicycles stolen on the fence along Knox Road. The thieves especially like to steal beach cruisers. The safest place to park your bike is in the bike racks. Attention, AP students. If you register to take an AP exam at Corona this May, you must attend a mandatory document preparation session in Lecture Hall A during lunch or after school today. This is your last opportunity for this mandatory meeting. See you there.
Attention seniors, signed graduation contracts must be turned in to your English teacher by tomorrow. Any student who does not have a contract may download it from the CDS website. Remember, if you do not have a signed graduation contract on file, you will not be allowed to participate in our graduation. And now, for sports updates. We've got a little surprise courtesy of Brandon and myself closer to the end of the show.
We begin with sports, starting off with baseball.
Baseball is off to a great season with big wins over Mesquite and Basha High, with key players such as Brett Butler, Andy Nist, Trevor Allen, Kyle Jorgensen leading the team.
As defending state champs, there's a lot on their plate in terms of postseason expectations. With a second place finish in the Adam Donaldson Memorial Tournament and third place finish in the Mesquite Gilbert Spring Tournament, the Aztecs are strong competitors for the region title.
Go out and support the team next week at home versus Desert Vista and Ironwood. In other sports, track, softball, and tennis are all doing very well, all with playoff hopes and beyond.
And now, complex answers with Jack Booth.
Hi, and welcome to incredibly complex and overly long answers to incredibly simple questions, where I give the most intricate, well thought out, and most overly long answers to some of the simplest questions in town. So, Timmy, what is your question for today?
So I was wondering, why do you call it a touchdown in football? I mean, every time you score a point.
Well, to answer that, we have to go back to the very beginnings of football. You see, back in the Roman times, there used to be an alternative to the Roman gods known as the Catharum. The Catharum god used to play a game similar to football right before and right after the harvesting. The rules were similar, but instead of balls, they played with skeleton heads that belonged to the underworld god. They believed it as some form of Isaac. In a deleted scene of James Cameron's Avatar, the Na'vi played a similar game to football called grounding. Then in 1695, the first actual football was created. It took approximately 14 hours and $1,700 to make a football. As we can clearly see by this calculation, why people spend so much money on something so fragile. A touchdown, instead of actually scoring points, would allow people to give the player the shot to kick for the goal. Does that answer your question?
No.
Hey, sometimes the truth hurts.
Wow, I didn't know life was so complex.
Yeah, Jack can really throw it out there.
Spring football is coming up, so we decided to talk with Todd Pete on his invite to the Army All-American Bowl.
It is a bowl for the top players in the nation, and they take 90 kids every year. There's been a lot of great players who play in it, and a lot of guys announce their commitments at the game.
So how did you get selected to play in this bowl game?
Well, Rivals.com, it's like the #1 recruiting service for high school. They selected the top 90 players, called us all, got us all in, and really made the All-American team.
All right. So Adrian Peterson, Vince Young, and Tim Tebow. Those are just a few big names that, when they were in high school, played in the All-American Bowl. What are your dreams? What are your plans for when you get into college and pro?
I'd love to be like those guys, They're great players, some Heisman trophies, national championships for all those guys, and you're all going to be, if not already, big NFL names, and that's really one of my goals too, is to make it where they did.
All right, back to the studio. This is Pablo de Leon with Todd Pete, signing off.
That's awesome that he's playing with the best in the country. We hope he does well.
And now for the surprise you've all been waiting for.
You're a jerk. I know. 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 You're a jerk. You're a jerk. No boy. 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 You're a jerk. 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 Jerk.
I'm so cocky with it. Got my eyes shut, closed like Rocky hit it.
Hey, I'm Pablo De Leon,
And I'm Brandon Land.
and I know what you're thinking.
Why haven't we made a jerking video?
With no further ado,
Here's CDS Jerk.
Jerk. Jerk. Jerk. Jerk. Jerk. Jerk. Jerk. Jerk. Jerk. Jerk. Jerk. Jerk. Jerk. Jerk. Jerk.
Hey, Brody.
Jerk.
Yeah, what up, bro?
Jerk.
All this jerking got me kind
Jerk.
of feeling jipped up.
Jerk.
Oh, for real?
Jerk.
Yeah, dog. I think you got y'all setting up.
Jerk.
Alright, for sure.
Jerk.
Hold up.
Starting to see spaceships on Bankhead.
Yeah, like this. Alright. Hey, yo, bro.
Jerk.
Hey, man, what you want me to do?
That's the good
The bad.
and the ugly.
I'm Brandon Land.
And I'm Pablo De Leon.
And this is CDSPN.